The subject's brain is still functioning, in spite of the host and other things.
10.
Visage. The game takes place in a secluded town in the 1980s. The origin of the house that the characters are in has been there for centuries, and its foundation never seems to decay. Dozens of families have lived there. Many died brutally, while others lived their lives placidly in their beloved home. In Visage, you will uncover and relive fragments of a history that will send chills down your spine. Each of these fragments will drag you closer to what's behind the dark history of this place. You will witness firsthand how people died in this horrible house, and each death has its visage. Will you dare look into its eyes? Now, we can't do a top 10 horror game without including one of the best. Alien Isolation by Creative Assembly. You play as Amanda Ripley, the daughter of Ellen Ripley of the film Alien, and the game takes place after the first Alien movie, where the Nostromo was destroyed and Ellen was drifting in space. While exploring Sevastopol Station, Ripley finds the Nostromo's flight recorder has no data, and learns that the station is out of control due to a deadly alien creature lurking aboard. Absolutely a must-play game and one of my personal favourite games ever. It was released in 2014 and I just had to include it in this. Agony is an upcoming survival horror game developed by Madmind Studio and published by Playway. You will begin your journey as a tormented soul within the depths of hell without any memories of your past life. You have the ability to control lost souls on their path and possess minded demons. This gives you the necessary tools to survive the extreme conditions of hell. You control one of the martyrs condemned to hell for his sins. Unlike other martyrs, you possess the unique ability to possess both other martyrs and lesser and higher demons, giving you access to special abilities. Release date is scheduled on 30th of March 2018.
7.
Now, we can't do a horror without touching at least one zombie game. Overkill's The Walking Dead is a co-op first-person shooter with elements of action, role-playing, survival horror and stealth that invites the player to explore the hugely popular Walking Dead universe, where they will play the role of survivors fending for themselves in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by flesh-eating walkers. It will be released in autumn of 2018, though they don't really mention which hemisphere that is, so it could be north, it could be late 2018, it could be early 2018, not really sure. Take a look. In SCORN, you have been thrown into the world, and as such, Very little context is given about the game's setting. You control a strange, skinless humanoid lost in a nightmarish world filled with odd creatures and macabre tapestry resembling a living techno-organic structure composed of steel, flesh and bone. Isolated and lost in this surreal world, you will explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion, searching for answers that will explain more about the game's world. The developers explain that they want to make an unsettling environment to be a character in of itself. Every location contains its own theme, puzzles, and characters. Released in October 2018. The Beast Inside. From a psychosis of a present to a madness of a past. From Cold War's paranoia to Civil War's darkest days. The Beast Inside is a gripping new twist on thriller and survival horror genres, telling a multi-layered story about a crypto-analyst discovering a 100-year-old murder mystery that not only remains unresolved, but also puts his very life at risk. Currently the game is in Kickstarter with 21 days to go and has raised $52,915. Links in the description if you want to back this. Release date is the first quarter of 2019. But it looks really, really good. In Moons of Madness, players experience various episodes of characters pushed to their psychological limits in remote and isolated areas of Earth and beyond. Forced to contend with the past and the horrors that stalk them, many of the stories will offer a personal and haunting tale of the human condition, while also focusing on the larger horrors at play. Infusing elements of Lovecraftian fiction with a focus on body horror, isolation and nihilism, along with a narrative and introspective style of characters found in story-focused adventure games. Moons of Madness plans to show how a number of different characters deal with the darkness inside of them as they confront the larger terror of the unknown. Set in proposed series of interconnected stories, Moons of Madness tells different sides of the larger story, all of which are related to themes of mental illness and how a darker force within the universe may be connected.
What the fuck? What? Ma?
3,
Metro Exodus is the third in the Metro series. It's a first-person shooter game with It's a first-person shooter game with survival, horror, and stealth elements, set in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of the former Russian Federation of 2036. The player must cope with new hazards and engage in combat against mutated creatures as well as hostile humans. The player wields an arsenal of handmade weaponry which can be customized through scavenging materials and a crafting system. The game features a mixture of linear levels and sandbox environments. It also includes a dynamic weather system, day-night cycle, and environments that change along with the seasons as the story progresses. It will be set over the course of one whole in-game year. Release date is to be announced in 2008. The Peterson Case is an exciting horror game which will keep you on the edge of your seat. You play as Detective Franklin Reinhardt as you explore a deserted house, unraveling the spine-tingling tale of what has happened to its missing residents. Set in 1947 in a location near the Roswell UFO incident, you will play as an experienced detective who has been called in to find information and clues about the mysteriously missing family. Franklin soon discovers that there is an unearthly presence within the house that is hot on his trail. But can you solve the crime before it's all too late? The Peterson Case strikes the perfect balance between atmospheric horror, suspenseful narrative, and engaging puzzles, taking the player through a unique experience which is rare within the horror genre.
My name's Detective Reinhardt, Roswell Police Department. You're trespassing on an active crime scene. Give yourself up peacefully. No one has to get hurt here.
Call of Cthulu follows private investigator Edward Pierce as he investigates the death of an entire family on Darkwater Island near Boston, Massachusetts, where he discovers an impending rival of the Great Old One, Cthulhu. The game features a semi-open world environment and will incorporate themes of Lovecraftian and psychological horror into a story which includes elements of investigation and stealth. The game is adapted from Lovecraft's short story The Call of Cthulu, which has also been adapted into an 81 role-playing game of the same title. The release date is to be announced in 2018. Now this looks really, really interesting. I'm probably going to play this one.
And sink back into sleep.
Hey, you! Stop right there! Come on, come back here!
Pierce, can you hear me?
The Mason!
Everything is fine,
Mr.
Mr. Pierce.
Wait, what the hell am I doing here?
It was just a nightmare.
I was there!
Mr. Pierce, don't
Have
move.
to get back
You
there.
have to rest.
No, but the dreams, they were real!
Only time can heal
Diane!
your
Have
affliction.
to hold